I've scaled multiple e-commerce stores to millions of dollars in sales, and in the next 11 minutes, I'm going to show you how to double your Shopify sales. So in order to scale your business, you need to understand your key metrics. And key metrics in e-commerce are conversion rate, your average order value, how much it costs you to get the product from your supplier or from your factory, all of the unit economics, also the metrics on your ads. If you understand those numbers very well, then you would be able to see what numbers specifically you can influence in your business in order to have the highest leverage and in order to scale your business profitably. So out of all of the metrics that you can focus on in your business, conversion rate is one of the most impactful, because if you can increase your conversion rate by 50%, you just generated 50% more sales while spending the same amount of money on ads. And that just adds extreme profitability to your business that can help you to become more profitable and scale your store. When it comes to dialing in your conversion rate, there are a few important elements that you need to add to your pages today. Number one is high quality images. So you can see here, for example, on Javi website, this page here generates tens of millions of dollars a year, and it helps them to scale tremendously. Second element is a headline and a good offer. So save up to 50% off today, plus 4 free gifts. So very good offer here. Also, they're offering free gifts if someone is buying more than one product. Next element is the comparison of their product to other products. Very easy to put together. Even ChatGPT can create these very cool diagrams and nice banners for your business. So you can start using it today. Next one is actually showing people how to use the product. Very important, because most people are not just like, oh, how do I use this product? Oh, it's so intuitive. Because a lot of people don't even know how to use the product that you're selling, and you have to explain it to them. If it's a closing item, it's very straightforward. You just put it on. But if you're selling a supplement, if you're selling some consumable product, you have to explain to people in a very visual way how to use your product. Next element here is a social proof. So they have a lot of social proof here. You can see both images, but also the UGC content videos from your customers. Last element you need to have on all of your product pages is the frequently asked questions. If you add this, your conversion rate will increase by 10-20%. Just this element alone, it is so important. Next metric that you need to focus on after you improve your conversion rate is your average order value. Because even if you have very good conversion rate, if your average order value sucks, if it's below $50, you simply won't be able to scale. And when it comes to increasing average order value, you need to focus on funnels. So what I mean by funnels is, what you see, for example, if you go to ad library, if you see some of the successful brands that are advertising, you only see what they show you on surface. So for example, this brand here, if you look at some of their ads, they have these very nice VSL ads, 11 minutes, 18 minutes, they're explaining the product. They also have some doctors in their ads. And so that's what most people see. They see the surface. They see kind of like what's visible to the regular eye. But what they don't see, after you go through all of these sales pages here on the front end, when they're selling their product, you don't see the upsells. You don't see the post-purchase funnel. And this is the most important element you have to put in place if you want to scale your business. So for example, for this brand here, after people buy the product, these are the pages that they see. They have VSLs here, so they have video sales letter with a person talking about the product, upselling them even more of the same product or even like a different product with a high price point. So $99 here, $180 here. So even if like 10% of people are buying each one of these, it adds like $10 to their average order value. But even after upsell number 1, they don't stop there. They go with upsell number 2. Upsell number 2 upsells them even more product. It's actually a different product here. And this one here is $35. You can buy 6 months supply, which is about $200. So again, even if like only 10% of people buying it, it adds like $20 to their average order value. It's just incredible what you can do with your profitability if you dial in post-purchase upsells and if you dial in your funnels. And after they're done with upsells, they also have the downsells. This is for people that want to buy these products at a cheaper price. So they recover some of those people that don't want to buy because of the price point. This structure here is what will allow you to scale. If you don't have upsells, if you don't have downsells in your business, you're literally at a huge disadvantage to everyone else who's using them, and you're making a lot less money than you should be. After that, you need a creative output system, because now you need to feed that funnel with as many customers as you can. And in order to do that, you have to ramp up the number of creatives that you're testing. So if we're looking at this brand here, Miami MD, right? They've been in business for a long time. They've scaled very, very nicely. And the reason they've been able to do that is because they're testing a lot of ads. By the way, I'm using the tool called Get Hooked. It will show you the data on all of the successful brands, how many ads they're testing, their best performing landing pages, their best performing hooks. So you can model that in your business. If you want to try it out, should be second link in the description. You can try it out for 14 days for free. This one here, for instance, has 516 ads that have been tested just in March, last month. So let's say you're in the same category, you're selling exactly the same product, and you're only testing, let's say, 20 creatives per month, or 50, or even 100. You simply cannot beat this brand because they're testing so many more creatives. They're just like testing and experimenting and finding new winning ads that are allowing them to scale their business farther. So you have to really ramp up the number of creatives you're testing in your business if you want to scale it. And in order to do that, you need to build a lean creative team. This is the next element here, and there's different structures depending on the level of scale you're at. So for example, if you're 100K a month to 300K a month, you would have the creative strategist, media buyer, video editor. Then as your business scales, it becomes more complex. You would add more video editors, you would add copywriters to your business. You might add some junior copywriters and junior media buyers as you scale. And also, if you're doing over $3 million per month, you might need to develop pod system in order to make your business more manageable. Like, I know this is all like very fancy, but at the end of the day, when it comes to hiring any of these roles, the most important element that you need to hire for, and the biggest mistake that entrepreneurs make, is they hire people for skill or for their track record instead of hiring them for the attitude. What you need is people that are hungry to learn, that are coachable, that are evolving, and also that are using AI day to day in their roles. No matter what role that is in your business, you need people to use AI, because AI is just transforming every industry, whether it's customer support, creatives, creating images, videos. There's so many different things that you can do with AI, and everyone on your team should be using AI if you want to survive and thrive in years to come. So as you start scaling your business, in order to maximize the profitability, in order to compensate for all of this overhead, as you start hiring people, you start putting all of the systems in place, you need to have the right backend systems in your business in order to be as profitable as possible. And in order to do that, you need to use SMS and email. So for example, here in the last month, you can see this store for us generated $826,000 in sales. And out of that, $176,000 was generated purely from email. Like, this revenue, we wouldn't be generating otherwise. It just purely came from email, which means it has a tremendous profit margin. It increased the profitability for a business by a big amount. So this allows us to scale farther. And you need to have the same thing in place in your business. And in some industries, it's simply mandatory for you to have email and SMS if you want to be competitive with other brands that have it already. Next one here is very boring. It's most people who don't want to talk about it, most people don't want to think about it, but it's a supply chain optimization. What it means is working with the right factories, negotiating your terms, negotiating the cost of your product, negotiating the MOQs, negotiating the shipping, planning your inventory, forecasting. It's kind of boring topic. Most people don't even want to talk about it or think about it, but it's the most important element if you want to scale your business, because even if you have all of these elements in place and you have a tremendous marketing on the front end, if you have a poor supply chain, or if your products are defective, or if your products come, with the shipping delays, if you're not planning your inventory and you're constantly selling out, this will just create these big fluctuations in your business and you won't be able to scale consistently. And for our business, we're using Greg from Canary Solutions. He's a great contact. He's sourcing products for us from different factories in China, in the United States, and he helped us to streamline our supply chain. We're just on point. If you want his contact, should pop up on the screen right here, but these are the most important elements that you need to have in your business if you want to double your Shopify sales. And number 8, I didn't put it here, but you really need to have a mentor in order to implement all of these things in your business. Now, you can go ahead and try executing on all of these things and putting them together, But oftentimes, as entrepreneurs, we need someone who will come into our business and will just look at things objectively without an emotional attachment and will give us feedback on what we are doing wrong. And in my business, I could see direct correlation with every time I would bring in the coach or a mentor to help me with different areas of my business would literally explode after that because of a new idea or a new perspective that person brought. Now, if you want to work with my team to help you double, quadruple, even 10x your sales in the next 12 months, there should be a link below in the description. But even if you don't work with us, you really need to find someone in your circle who's already achieved what you want to achieve, because it's a lot easier to learn from other people's mistakes than from your own. Now, thank you so much for watching. Hope you liked this video. Let me know what you think in the comments, and let me know on Instagram if you have any questions whatsoever. Would love to help you and support you in growing your business, and I'll see you in the next one.